I wanted to give you a program, and this is going to be given to you in the sequence. I'll text you that information about how I want to sequence it. I'll try to do that as best I can with the demonstration today. I don't want the program to last excessively long. I want you to just kind of get back into the groove of training. We're going to carry some of the same principles which we have been doing, which is smooth control movement. We're not necessarily going to go to muscle failure, and the reason is we're using dumbbells and free weights. And if you get to the end, if you go too far, sometimes that can put you in a dangerous spot. I'll also be going through and saying, this exercise is for Matt, this exercise is for Barbie. But I'm going to give you essentially the same program, and it's going to be simple, and you have the option of using the treadmill in between these exercises, and I'll give you the information and how I'd like to go about doing that. And you could use a treadmill, you don't have to. This is just, again, this is just a guide. This program is a guide for you to kind of give you some kind of format. Also, once you get this and you get a chance to practice it, if you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll try to answer those as best I can. And then what I'd like to do is give you a week to play with the program, and then next week maybe we can do a virtual session where I watch you go through the program and then give you any tips or pointers that are necessary. Okay, so the first part of any program is, we kind of want to warm you up before we would use the upper body ergometer. I would recommend a treadmill just for maybe 3 to 5 minutes to warm up, or you can reference, I think I sent it to you all, you can get on Simply Strong Studio YouTube page, and I have a basic mobility warm-up, and the mobility warm-up was basically working you from head to toe if you did not want to do treadmill. And so the warm-up was, the head turns from side to side, up and down, so shoulder circles forward, the thumbs pointed forward, thumbs pointed back, the barn door, the hips moving in circles, both directions, walking in place, ankle circles in both directions, and then forward and back with the foot, or you can just do tiptoes. Of course, you do those with both legs. Just something to get you warmed up. You can do, one I missed was the side to side. That always feels good. Just like, I call it lazy arms side to side. But that's your warm up. It's very simple. It could be a minute to 2 if you're doing the basic mobility or your treadmill. So the first exercise that I want to show you is going to be the dumbbell row. So it's your pulling exercise. You may, I can't remember what you told me that you had for dumbbells, but you don't need a lot of weight. And you have an adjustable bench and you have an exercise ball. I'm going to show you the exercise ball with help, which also would be replaced by your adjustable bench. Just in case you want it flat, your adjustable bench flat. I don't have one, so I can't show you, but I do have a ball. And I got my dumbbell in my right hand. My hand is positioned on the ball, or it can be positioned on a flat bench. And what you'll do is you square your shoulders, your knees are soft, and you're gonna row and control in both directions. And I'm gonna recommend anywhere from 10 to 20 repetitions, nice and steady, and you're working the upper back, you're working the arms, and then you would just rotate that out and do that on both sides. Head posture, again, I have another video that references more in detail. If you get on that YouTube site, Simply Strong Studio, but your soft knee, back squared, head neutral, and pulling up, controlled and smooth. Again, 10 to 20 repetitions. And now, what I'm going to recommend is you do anywhere from 2 to 3 cycles. Now, when I say cycles, what I would recommend, just for fun and experimentation, is you do a set, you go to your treadmill, you walk for 30 seconds on a very low pace, just walking, and then you would ramp up for 30 seconds to get your heart rate stimulated. And I'm not worried about excessive intensity, but you would ramp up. So it's 30 seconds walking, 30 seconds ramp up, and then I'd recommend a 30-second cool down. So about 1:30 total. Then we go to the next exercise. And the next exercise, this is how we would do it. Barbie, I'm going to recommend either using, probably the safety factors, probably the bench. It's going to be a little more stable. I'll use the ball just to show you. But since you can't use one side, what I'm going to do is roll out, get that center in here so you can see it. Use the proper arm that you have some use with, some mobility. This, on the ball, you're planking up, and if you notice, if I'm not relaxed down, the hips aren't down, I'm actually pushing up to the top. My head is rested on the ball. And then what I'm going to do is use the side I'm able to use, and just make sure you feel like you're balanced. Now, again, you could use the ball if you feel comfortable and confident, but I'm going to recommend, at least starting out, that you use a bench. And then what you do is you're going to press up for a chest press and control it down for 1 second. Okay? Depending on the weight you choose, I still want to get at least 10 repetitions in and work our way up to 20. If you get to 20, you don't have to go over unless you're kind of feeling like you want to go for it. But again, I would not recommend going to total muscular failure. Okay? So controlled smooth, and then controlled in both directions on the way down. As you're pressing up, it's going to travel a little more over center. Kind of the way the machine works when you're doing the chest press. Machine presses outside, you press towards the center, and that's the way we're going to do, is we're going to mimic that movement as you're on the bench or on the ball. Okay? So the second movement, chest press, and that's with dumbbell. It was a 1-arm chest press. Mat. Instead of doing the dumbbell chest press, you could do that. You could do 2-arm, but I don't know how much weight you have, and if you have lightweight, you might have a hard time stimulating the chest to work. So I'd probably recommend either doing 1 of 2 things. I'd either do push-ups, either on the knee push-ups or push-ups standard form, kind of plank traditional style. Again, those 2 movements are on the YouTube site. But so to give you an explanation on that, is on the knees, from the knees to the shoulders straight, head in proper position, and controlled, smooth down, and press through. So the temptation is when I go real fast, and I don't want you to go real fast. You also probably, I should say probably, you may not be able to do, I don't know, can you do 10? So if you can, great. If you can't, it doesn't matter to me. If you can do 7, 8 in good form, great. If you can do 20 in good form, great. But choose either the modified push-up on the knee, or on the toes, where you're planking and you're doing the same thing. Nice straight line, coming down. Okay. So the push-up will take place of the dumbbell press if you wanted to, and if you don't have enough weight, if you feel like you're getting stimulation. Otherwise, feel free to do the dumbbell chest press. Okay? Again, as part of the cycle, what I would do is I would go right into treadmill again. I'd do the 30-minute warm-up, 30 seconds higher intensity, that may be with a speed and or incline, and then 30 seconds bringing it back down, okay? And then the next exercise I would do is I would do some form of, for something for legs. And what I still like to do, and I think it just feels good, I think it's very functional, is instead of the traditional squat, I'm going to recommend the get up, which is seated on your adjustable bench, hands with some weight if needed, and then what you do is you lean forward and press up, and then really control it on the way back down. Lean forward, press up, press through those feet, and control the way back down. Also notice that I have the feet behind me slightly. If your feet are too far in front, you lean forward, you won't be able to come up, you will just notice it won't happen. So you gotta push those heels back just a little bit, lean forward, and then press through and stand, okay? And very controlled. So the temptation is to want to just go, boop, plop down. You really want to fight that down. That really makes the glutes and the legs work a bunch harder, okay? Again, as soon as you were done with 10, 20 reps, I would do the treadmill again, do your 1.5 minutes total time, and then what I would do is now I would cycle those exercises around again. So I'm going to recommend you do 2 to 3 cycles, and don't force it. If you feel like 2 is enough for the day, that's great. I'd also recommend you don't do this any more than 3 times a week at the most. Every other day, like maybe the Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule, or a Monday, Friday schedule, or something in between that. So 2 to 3 times a week. Those, you got your one pushing exercise, your pulling exercise, the dumbbell row. You got your either push-up, modified or traditional push-up, or you have dumbbell chest press, and then Barbie, we did the one arm as opposed to 2 arms. You can either use the ball or the bench. Either one that you feel most comfortable with at this point is going to be good. Now, at the end of that, as you finish those 2 cycles, or 3 of those 3, what they call them, big compound movements, legs, back, and chest, push, pull, and legs, I'm going to recommend that you take your exercise ball and then come down, let the hips drop, but stay on the ball, and we're going to do an abdominal crunch. So the hands can be over the chest. You can keep the head neutral, and then what you do is you come up, you're going to really press your lower back into this ball as you come up. Notice the range as you make great, and control back down, a little bit of a stretch, and then come back up. I like to blow the air forward as I come up. That kind of vacuums the abdominals. This is the side view here. This is your back, your spine, as you're compressing the abs towards the spinal area, and that's going to give you a harder contraction. So the air comes out as you come forward, and then control back down. You can make it harder by putting your hands behind the head. And we're going to work the front area of the abdominal area. They call it the rectus. If you want to give yourself a little more variety, what you can do, turn here just a little bit. You come down the same way. Again, hands here, hands here. They could even be out in front, kind of reaching as you come up. If I have my hands over my head, what you can also do is turn your body over to your right, or to your left, excuse me. Control back down, and then turn to your right. And you can get the sides of the waist to come in. The
big thing is just not tucking the head down, straining the neck area, and keep it neutral as best you can. So I'm side to side for the sides of the waist, and it also gets the abdominals nicely. You can also throw in the middle portion, so you can go side, middle, side. Okay? So that's the abdominal exercise, which I would do at the very end of the workout. Could you throw it in as your fourth exercise and put it, kind of sequence it in that cycle of the treadmill? Absolutely. Again, these are just kind of a guideline, template, if you will, to give you some idea of how to sequence a program. We're always thinking total body. Every time you're in the gym, when we work together in the studio, I always think total body. So you think about it, legs, we did the get-ups, front, back, and butt. You got the row, you got the upper back, biceps, forearms, hand grip, chest press, chest, shoulders, back of the arms, a little bit of upper back. We got the core here, the abdominals, with the on the ball abdominal crunch with side twist. And then that pretty much takes care of everything, and you get a little bit of cardio thrown in if you wanted to do that with the treadmill. Kind of ramp up the intensity a little bit. It's going to make your weights, if they seem a little light, adding a little bit of cardio, maybe increase the demand a little bit. As always, just go at your own pace. Don't force it. And if you have any questions, again, feel free to give me a text or a phone call. And then what I'd like to do is have you practice this. And then maybe when we have a chance to meet next week, we'll do a little virtual session where I'll get a chance to watch you, and it'll just be kind of fun to see what's going on, see if you have anything that I need to correct as far as form. And otherwise, I hope this works out for you for the first go around. And if we find that we would do better by doing virtual and meeting in person, just let me know that. I'm open to suggestions, I'm open to ideas. And I'm gonna say I miss you guys. And I really appreciate you helping me and Becky out financially. It's a tremendous gift, and I want to tell you, I really do appreciate it. And hope you have a nice day, and we'll talk soon.